So click through for context. Swear to God, I should make t-shirts that just show a picture of me going click through for context. That is my friend, Mrs. Misanthrope. I watched the video that comment was left on. It may just be denial on my part. I don't know. Which I'm fully willing to acknowledge, having grown up in rural Ohio as a straight cisgendered white man who went on to get a law degree, and who I have every privilege afforded anyone in this country except for generational wealth. And I watched the speech, the set, I don't know what the fuck it was, from the comedian Tony Hinchcliffe at Donald Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden tonight, where Tony Hinchcliffe repeatedly said just unimaginably racist things. And I don't know him well at all. I know very little of him. The very small amount of what I know about Tony Hinchcliffe is that he's been on Joe Rogan's podcast a whole bunch of times. I think he's part of that Rogan stand-up comedian universe. And I know that he now lives in Texas, so I'm assuming that he's one of the stand-up comedians from Los Angeles who relocated to Texas in the Austin area because Joe Rogan relocated from Los Angeles to Austin, Texas, and opened up a comedy club there. And, you know, I know that from what little exposure I have to that crowd, I made a video saying that perhaps this comedian who said the incredibly racist things that he said, I mean, there's no mistaking any of it. There were no code words. There was no innuendo. It was all blatant and in-your-face racism. And I made a video saying, what if he was trolling them? And again, I know very little about this particular comedian other than the things that I've already said in this video. And Mrs. Misanthrope may be right. I hypothesize that maybe he was doing kind of an Andy Kaufman thing, you know, just saying these just astonishingly racist things to a sold-out crowd at Madison Square Garden for a Donald Trump rally to see if the crowd would laugh at them, which that would be one thing. The only other thing is that he's just incredibly fucking racist. You may be right. I don't know. I was like, you know, what if this was a performance art bit on his part and he was just trolling that entire fucking arena by being incredibly racist, and they all laughed at his racism. Everybody in that arena, I think that is the critical point here. Everybody in attendance at that rally tonight laughed really, really hard at his unimaginable racism and bigotry. You may be right. I don't know. But it's just like, what the fuck are we doing, man? Oh. This is not how I envisioned spending my mid-50s.